Hey everybody, my name's Cameron and this is Chasing Tail. Just a quick hour over my lunch break and see if we can catch some fish. These canal spots are pretty awesome in Nebraska for any of you that aren't around here. You can catch just about anything. Walleye, white bass, drum, crappie. I've caught perch in this spot. I even caught a big flathead catfish one time on a crappie jig here. This is one of the spots I was talking about. It's about 5 million degrees out today here in Nebraska. It has been super hot all summer long. To be honest, it's kind of ridiculous. But looks like we could get some spots down here. If I can get down here without breaking my neck, where we can get into the shade. Oh, here we go. Riding down the hill. Losing everything. Kind of felt like that was coming. Could have picked a little bit better footwear. Hopefully you guys didn't get all mucked up there. All right. No harm, no foul. Here we are. Okay. So up ahead here is a hydro power plant spillway. You can see it up there. This is the first bridge right below. Seems like it always gets some pretty good fish activity. It does come and go by the year, so you don't ever quite know what's going to be in here. You can see what happens here around this bridge is it creates a nice eddy with the seam line right about there. So we're going to try and concentrate on that. The other thing that there's a ton of in this canal is smallmouth. So if you get the right spot for those, it can be a pretty awesome day. Yeah, everybody here is counting down for fall. It has been a hot summer. I think everybody's fed up with it. So, oh, there we go. Fish on. Doesn't feel too big. Definitely feels angry though. There's one of those little smallmouths I was telling you all about. Just a little tiny guy. Not exactly what we're after, but a fish in the seam line right where he was supposed to be. That's always a good thing. Here we go again. See what we can do here. Oh, snagged up for sure. Really rocky down there. Really rocky. We're gonna find this snag quite a bit. We are stuck for. Back down the hill we go. I'm gonna try and stay on my feet this time. I'm gonna go a little slower and carefuler. Forget how dry it is here. As soon as I hit this loose gravel, my feet were gone last time. Holy moly. All right, here we go. Go, go. Move fast so I don't have time to slide. Ah, look at that. Pro. All right. Back to the spot. Do this again without getting stuck, hopefully. See if I can get some hungry fish going here. Slower moving water sometimes is where they're at. Sometimes they're out right on the current seam. I'm gonna pitch back up along this wall a little bit too, because there is a row of rocks that runs right along this wall. Sometimes that can be really good for big fish. Oh, there we go. Oh, I had something right there. I think that was another smallie. I think that was another little smallie. Hopefully some of you guys are getting out fishing. Breeze is nice today. Stand on the downwind side of that shaded bridge and it's kind of like having a really crappy AC behind you. But it's better than being straight in the heat, that's for darn sure. So you gotta adjust the way you run this thing pretty specifically to the fish. So usually in the summertime I start out running it real low, down on the close to the bottom. First couple casts I like to have it bumping right across the rocks. So if they're down there hiding from that current and getting out of the sun, the water's pretty murky here. Ooh, there's another hit. Then I just kind of work the water column with it, you know, slow retrieve, medium retrieve at each depth, all the way from bumping rocks up to buzzing along the top, you know. Sometimes they get that bait pushed up in here and they're up a little bit higher in the water column, so you just never know. You know, I've tried many times and oh, there we go, right in front of me. Another smallie. Another smallie. Nice. That one's a little better. 10, 11 inches. Nothing spectacular, but fun on ultralight. Running a little ultralight crappie rod with 4-pound line on it. Kind of my go-to in these spots. I just never know what I'm going to catch, and I've landed some really big fish on 4-pound line. I'm never very happy that I'm landing them on 4-pound line. I always wish immediately that I would have had at least 6 or 8-pound line, but in this current with these light jigs, anything above 4-pound line is really hard to get down and work it like it needs to be worked. So sometimes you really have to give and take in these ultralight situations between having the power to fight the fish versus presentation of your lure, because having strong enough line to get them in doesn't matter if you can never get them to bite. So you really got to fine tune this. Just bumping through rocks down there. I'm surprised I didn't get one there. All right, we're going back up along the wall here. See what happens. All right, I want to see if I can get it down in that current a little more. I probably should try a heavier jig head, but I'm too lazy to go up and down that hill again, and by the time I got it all changed out, it'd probably be time to go back to work anyway. So try some stop and go here. That varied retrieve can make a big difference, especially species to species. You know, I am sure it's the same everywhere, but at least here our crappie really want lures on the slow fall. Our white bass want them kind of running up at the surface. Smallies don't care. If they're around, they're going to eat it. Usually a medium speed constant retrieve will get the most. Perch kind of want it dragging on the bottom. Walleye, usually when they show up, they're pretty aggressive in here, and they're going to bite a lot like the perch or the smallmouths. Just a good steady medium retrieve bumping over the tops of the rocks. So you never know. You never know. Have any of the rest of you guys ever used these sliders? They showed up on my radar about 5 years ago. I'm going to tell you what, for panfish and small fish and even some big fish, it has been one of my go-to all arounds. It will catch everything, every size, almost every condition. You can use them in the summer and the winter and moving water and slow water. Comment below if any of you guys use sliders and have any more tricks with them, because I've got a ton of them and I fish them pretty simply. I'm sure there's a million other ways. Oh, hear that? That means I'm done. That's my stop fishing and go back to work alarm. It's the hardest one for me to listen to. There's some days when I'm not getting even a bite, and it's pretty easy to go back to work, but even just catching these little smallies, I would definitely rather be doing that than working. One more cast. Fisherman's favorite sentence. All right, let's do a good rock bumper on this one. Oh, there's a little hit. Just bumping right along the rocks here. Bump, 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 bump. Come on. Big walleye or something, just smash it. Oh, there's a little smallie that's on it. Well, that's it, guys. Hope you had fun. I know it's not the best footage. We didn't catch any giants, but that's a lunchtime clip. Have a good one.